fields in our system that were coupled to the data structure provided by this database. And we didn't know better. I was young back then. I needed the money, so I worked on this project. And I would also defensively say I didn't create the initial code. I inherited it from other people. But I should have known better, right? Because when you come to work on a project, these are smells you should know. I know it today, but I didn't know it back then. You start kind of working on the code that's given to you. And one day, the database vendor decided to make a very significant upgrade on the database. And this was a breaking change on their part. Just that one change, with very little feature really, ended up costing the company I worked for a good 8 months of recoding. And 8 months of recoding the application just to switch the database version. And a few years later, I was looking through this, and I was asking myself, what really went wrong? And what went wrong in that case is very tight coupling. So if you couple very tightly to something, it is very hard to reverse out of it. If you loosely couple to something, it is easier to back out. But oftentimes we would convince ourselves that a database is something you have to deeply couple with. And the answer is no, we don't. And if such a deep coupling is prompted, that is a smell we should bring out and talk about and say, we don't want to do that. What are the alternatives we can consider to remove that kind of tight coupling? Because changing the database that we rely upon is something we have to do potentially. We got to ask this question. How likely is it for us to have to change this database? I was just talking to a client 2 days ago. And I was talking to them, and they said, we got tons of